All right, what's going on, everybody? We're having to redo this one because my other video just got deleted. So we're going to try it this way. So a little bit up close and more personal with my face, but that's okay. All right, so we're talking about subtracting with regrouping. Now, when we do this, all right, on here you see I have a problem of 2 1/4 minus 1 1/6. All right, so there's just a few steps I want to talk about how to make sure that you understand what's going on here. And the first one is you already know without a doubt whether you're adding or subtracting, you got to have common denominators. So that has nothing to do with my whole numbers here. We're always just going to have common denominators. So 4 and 6. Now, a lot of my students, all right, will look at that and say 24. And 24 can be used, and that's fine. But I would like you to start trying to use the true LCM for each of those. And to find the LCM, remember we do the upside down division, okay? And we have 4 and we have 6. So we have 4 and 6 here, all right? We know that they're both even, so I know a 2 can come outside. And then I divide, I say 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, okay? And then we just multiply around the big L. Remember how we multiply around the big L, right? So we say 2 times 2 is 4. Times 3 is going to be 12. Okay, so we got 12 there. All right, so that means I come over here and I write 12 as that denominator, and I write 12 as that denominator. Okay, so we're working smooth here. We're starting to move. Okay, we're rolling the ball here. So we now understand. I've said this many times in class, and you're going to need to know this pretty much for the rest of your math career. All right, and that is balance. All right, we got to balance things out. Okay, whether you're balancing an equation, you're balancing an inequality, or you're balancing fractions, okay? You got to make sure that you balance these situations. So we change the denominator, so that means we have to balance it by changing the numerator. So to go from 4 to 12, all right, 4 to 12, we multiply by 3 there. All right, that means I got to multiply by 3 on the 1, so the 3 is going to go up top. Then to 6, I multiplied by 2. Uh-oh. I didn't think this one through, but the 2 is going to go there. And so then we have to move our whole numbers over there. Okay. So this is a good review. It's okay to have this one first, but, oh, excuse me, not the 2. We're going to have a 1 there. Okay. And so we have the 1 there. And so then we just subtract. We say 3 minus 2 is 1/12. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. So my answer is 1 1/12. And that was a problem we didn't even have to regroup on. So let's go to one we have to regroup on. All right. So that was 1 1/12. So let's talk about regrouping for real this time. All right. Let's say we have 2 1/3. Okay. 2 1/3. And we have 1 5/9. Okay. 1 5/9. So again, we find a common denominator, and now my goal of this is to make sure that y'all can try to find the least common multiple without even having to do the upside down division, okay? That is my ultimate goal. But until then, we're just going to keep chugging along with that. So we're going to have 3 and 9. 3 and 9, a 3 can come out. That's a 1, that's a 3, okay, because 9 divided by 3 is 1, or excuse me, 9 divided by 3 is 3, 3 divided by 3 is 1. Then I multiply. 3 times 1 is 3, times 3 is 9, okay? So my 9 is going to come out. 9 is the denominator. Now, a lot of students would choose 27, and you can do that. But you want to make sure that you use the least common multiple so you don't have to simplify at the end, all right? So this is times 1, so this is going to stay as 5, okay? And then this one, to get from 3 to 9, I got to multiply by 3. Multiply by 3, that's going to be 3. And now we have what I was trying to get at before, okay? So now, with this, you see that I have 3 minus 5. Now, you can do that when you get to middle school. You can probably do it now, all right? But with this, we got to change it because we can only subtract and have positive numbers, okay? So to do that, we got to borrow from our whole number. So I'm going to change colors here. Let's change over to blue. Yeah, blue, all right? And I'm going to scratch out this 2, and I'm going to make it a 1, if I can write today, all right? So I'm going to make it a 1. Now, when we make it a 1, all right, we have to take that whole that we subtracted and put it somewhere. So we got to put it into that fraction. All right. So when we put it into that fraction, we're going to add a whole over here. But a lot of students, common misconception is that we just add a 1 there. That's not what happens. Okay. You're adding a whole. And a whole fraction is something like 3 over 3, 4 over 4, 1 over 1. And the way we get that is we look at our denominator. Okay. Our denominator in this case is 9. So I'm going to add a whole using ninths. So this one is going to be 9 over 9. So I borrowed from that 2 to make it a 1. And I'm going to add a whole to that fraction, which is 3 plus 9. 3 plus 9 is going to give me, change my color so we can see that, 12 over 9. And again, the 3 and the 9, the 9 ninths comes from that 1 whole. Okay. So we change it to 12 ninths. And then this one is going to still be 5 ninths. Okay. So then naturally the whole numbers are over there. So you're just going to leave them for right now. So now I can say 12 minus 5. 12 minus 5 I know is going to give me 7 ninths. Okay. Then I come over here and look at the whole numbers. 1 minus 1, that's 0. You can put a 0 if you want to, but you don't necessarily need it. Okay. A lot of students know that you can just do 7 ninths, and that's a simplified answer. All the way done, whole kit and caboodle. Okay. Whole kit and caboodle. Now, when we do this, okay, that is just the basic steps. Step 1, if it's not written vertical, write it vertical. Then find your common denominator, okay, and then go on and find your and regroup, excuse me, and do all that stuff you need to do. Okay, so that gives you the answer of 7 ninths. All right, so now let's try another one here. And I want you to pause the video once I get this problem written, and you try it on your own. If you need to go back and refresh yourself with the steps, go back and watch that other one more time, because this is the same steps every time, y'all. You can do this, all right? So let's go to 3. This thing is acting a little weird. My 3 is getting jacked up here. Let me erase that and start over. Okay. So we're going to go 3 and 1/3 minus 5/7. Okay. 3 and 1/3 minus 5/7. Pause the video here and see if you can solve this one on your own. All right. So now we're going to look at this. Okay. 3 and 7. I do my upside down division. I write 3, I write 7. Okay. And I pick my brain. I can't think of anything that comes out of 3 and 7, and that's because they can't, because they're both prime. So when that happens, remember, we got to multiply them together, and we go ahead and get 21. This is one of those cases where multiplying them together will give you the simplified answer. So I rewrite my denominators. I say 21 and 21 and draw my fraction line. Okay. Then I look at to change my numerators. This is times 7 to get to 21. So I got to multiply by 7 there. Okay. My 7 is going to be there. Then this is times 3. So I multiply by 3. That's going to be 15. And I bring over my whole number. Y'all, one thing I mentioned to class, and I mentioned this on the other video that got deleted. 3 and 7/21 is equivalent to 3 and 1/3, because all we did was multiply it. Okay, all we did was multiply it. So same thing with 5/7. 15/21 is the equivalent to 5/7. So now we have to borrow. You see, I have 7 minus 15. Can't do that. Okay, can when you get to middle school, but not right now. All right, so I got to borrow from this whole. That whole is going to become a 2. Let me change my color here so it's more prevalent. Okay, and then I got to add. Remember, you add the whole and you check your denominator for it. I'm going to add 21 over 21. Okay, 21 and 7 make 28. I'm sorry, it's hard to see in the blue, but just kind of stay with me here. And then I got 28 minus 15, 21st. Okay. And I pause here because remember, the 28 comes from the 7 and the 21. The 21 was the whole that we took from the whole number. The 7 was the equivalent fraction to 1/3. Okay, so 28 minus 15. Okay, 8 and 5 give me 3. 2 minus 1 gives me 1, so that's 13 over 21. And then I have 2. Don't forget about your whole number now. You get all excited. You're like, I did the fraction. I did the fraction. Don't forget about the whole number. 2 minus 0 is 2. So here is my final answer. Hopefully you got that right. Okay. If you did, pat yourself on the back. You're on your way to mastering this skill. Okay. Guys, if you need help, watch these last couple ones. Okay. It's the same process every time, y'all. I promise you. I know it gets better with time. I've been doing it for a long time. I know y'all get better as you work them. Okay. But remember, make sure you line it up vertical. Okay. Common denominator. Regroup if you need to. And then subtract. Okay. Hope this video helps y'all. Looking forward to the next one. Peace.